Weekly rotation number 1. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Right? This isn't something I normally do, but you know what? There was a lot of versatility this week. That's why I don't normally do weekly rotation videos. And from what I understand, you're supposed to do them on a Sunday or something like that. I guess there's a rule in place. I'm just teasing. But the reality is, I don't normally do weekly rotation videos because you guys would see a lot of redundancy because I go based on feel, not so much theme. But I thought, you know what? What the hell? There was a lot of new goodies that came in the mail this week. And I thought, you know what? Let's talk about, some favorites of mine that I dug out because it was so cool, so cold this week. And even a freshie all the way up to something that I said a month or so ago was overrated that, well, my opinion changed. Very interesting week to say the least. Stay tuned. I'll tell you about it next. If there's any of you out there that are dropping by this channel for the first time, my name is Dave. This is Cali's Groom Room. Right here, we talk about all things men's grooming and fragrance related. So do me a few quick favors. Hit that like button. Let YouTube know that you support me and that you want me to be seen all over this platform. Comment below. Let me know some of or all of the fragrances that you wore this week. Indie, niche, designer, whatever you guys wore, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Like I was saying, guys, this was a very interesting, unique type of a week for me. I, grabbed some new goodies. I even went with a blue fragrance, something very mass appealing. So let's kick it off. We're going to start way back last Saturday and we'll conclude with today's scent of the day. So I actually have 8 fragrances total here for you guys, but this is a fragrance house. You guys have been wanting my opinion. You wanted me to get a feel for this house. I'm impressed so far with the house of Stephane Humbert Lucas. This was a great first introduction to the house, I guess you could say. This one is called Nuit A Doa. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If not, it is what it is. That's just what I do. But anyway, so this is a tobacco fragrance, but this is a unique style tobacco. Oh, I love the opening. The opening, I believe, has mandarin and ginger, if memory serves me correct. So you have this spicy sort of a ginger in combination with a nice bright mandarin note there. The heart, it gets a little bit floral. You have this nice overdose of Immortelle. If you're not familiar with how Immortelle can behave in a fragrance or smell like, it gives off sort of this like floral, this honeyed floral sort of a vibe. At least that's what I get out of Immortelle, and this is just fantastic. So imagine that in combination with this very realistic, nice, soothing note of tobacco. Very, very great stuff here. I'm really impressed with it. Is it my favorite tobacco of all time? No. Is it unique? Sort of. The opening does kind of remind me of Triumph of Bacchus from the House of Argos. But not redundant to own both, in my opinion. This is one that I've been getting to know a lot better as the days go on, because I do want to give you a full in-depth review. I know this one's been reviewed before, but I don't care because I didn't review it, so my opinion matters, just like I said in the last video. Of course I mean that in sarcasm, but seriously, great tobacco fragrance, something that I don't really have in my collection. I do quite enjoy the note of Immortelle. I keep talking about that note because it is very prominent here to my nose. Maybe I'm sensitive to that note, but I do pick up a lot of that. I also get this kind of resinous combination of that benzoin and amber, adding this like gooey, sticky, sort of sweet vibe that I get in the base that I'm experiencing. So really enjoying this one, a great one for sure. And then Sunday, I went with the blue. I went with something mass appealing. You guys know with the video I shot just or uploaded, I believe it was yesterday, but talked about Primas by Navitus. Not really a whole lot to say. You have 3 transitional phases, within this fragrance. Starts off very bright, very, mass appealing. And you have this nice earthy transition. So it goes from that bright citrus, then you have this earthy patchouli. I believe there's like oak moss in here. And in patchouli, like I was saying. And then in the base, you have some woods. So very nice, different mass appealing. So it is unique in its own right. Is it something you've never smelled before and incredibly unique? No, but again, unique in its own way, you know? And I really do enjoy this. Like I said, mass appealing type of stuff. And yeah, just really enjoy Primas by Navitus Parfum. And a great one if you're just looking for a dumb reach blue style fragrance with, you know, niche-like quality. So a great one for sure. Monday was not only a fragrance that is a new release for 2021, but it was also Perfume by Claude Deer, my great friends over at Dior Perfumes. Send me over to check out Narcotica. Narcotica is a fragrance that ever since receiving this, I've been smelling it every day, and I love it and love it more and more as the days go on. Let me tell you, if you guys are out there and you're looking for a sophisticated gentleman's fragrance, okay, kind of like Fougères. You know, Fougères are classy, sophisticated gentleman-like fragrances. Now, this is not a Fougère at all, but just saying, you know, if you're familiar with Fougères and you like that classy gentleman sort of a vibe they give off, this fragrance does the same thing, but more woody. You have different, you know, various types of woods in here. You also have oud. You have this spicy, you know, charred wood feel that that oud gives off. Except this one, unlike most unlike most oud fragrances, I have two other ones to talk about that contain oud. But unlike other fragrances, I do think that you can wear this all year long, especially if you work like in an office environment. This is one that is definitely, you definitely have to wear a suit and tie for this one, or definitely sport coat, you know, blazer, something like that. You definitely have to dress this one up to really give that vibe. Now, there is cannabis listed here. Now, I will say that cannabis note does not smell like marijuana, so don't get that funky weed smell in your head. Forget about that. Throw it away. That's not what this is. This gives off this herbaceous sort of a green vibe with a little bit of like a hops feel, if that makes sense. But guys, this stuff is just incredible. It is expensive, okay? It's a pricey fragrance. I believe it retails for $280. This is one that I would say is a must try. This is one that you definitely want to get your nose on. With the one full wearing that I've done so far and the testing that I've done, this isn't one that's going to scream or shout off of your skin, which that's why I say like signature scent worthy, because this isn't going to scream. It's not going to shout off your skin. The magic is in the scent trail. That scent trail that you leave behind is gorgeous. It's intriguing. It's going to pique people's interest. You haven't come across something that smells quite like this before, and people aren't going to be used to that. So in the way that it's intriguing is because people are going to want to ask you what you are wearing, because it's not a familiar type of smell, especially when it comes to fragrances, you know? Even if you're used to niche fragrances, this is still unique. Very, very unique. Very attention-getting, but not mass appeal attention-getting. Again, it's more of that interest, that intrigue type of vibe that this gives off. A great one if you haven't checked it out. Definitely a must for 2021, and an excellent release. Great job, Claude Deer, and thank you to Dior Perfumes. So now we are on to Tuesday. Tuesday is another must-try. Tuesday's fragrance of the day, scent of the day, is definitely a must-try. Would I recommend trying this? Absolutely. A corny joke, and here's why. Stronger with You, absolutely. Just received this one. Again, another one I've been testing quite a bit. One full wearing underneath my under my belt with this one here. Fantastic. Great. I would say top 3 designer releases. Does that say a lot this year? We could argue that. Oh man, this opens up very nice, warm, spicy. Also has a creamy sort of a facet, maybe some vanilla or tonka bean there. It has this boozy feel, liqueur, you know, booziness, some sweetness in the base also, but it's not. See, to me, the Stronger With You series, aside from Intensely, the rest of the line, Freeze just was not good, in my opinion, at least. Those of you that love Freeze, not hating on it or anything like that, just wasn't a big fan of it. My personal taste, right? This one here is not cloyingly sweet. It's not. This one, in my opinion, is the best blended out of all the flankers. I say that because it's not overly boozy. I think, in fact, the booze could be amped up just a tad bit here, but you have a nice blend of spices in that boozy element, along with this creaminess that's kind of running through that top, that heart there. And then the base gets sweet. It gets predictable, you know, but it's not overly or cloyingly sweet. This one is the best balanced in the whole line, in my opinion. Would I recommend blind buying this? Absolutely not, because I'm not supposed to recommend you blind buy. But those of us here in the United States, you're going to have no choice. I did it. I bought this fragrancebuy.ca. Right now, at the recording of this, they are sold out. But what I would recommend doing is just right underneath where you see this is sold out, there's actually a green box that says notify me. Click that box, type in your email, and then they will email you once they replenish the stock on this. Great release. Very impressed with how good this one smells, and it's strong. Very long lasting. Great projection with this one. Although this week is really not intended to talk about performance, I thought I would throw that out there. So this is one that hopefully I'll be reviewing soon. Probably review it when the stock becomes available again, fragrancebuy.ca. But anyway, if you guys could get your hands on this, do it. It's really that good. Oh man, intoxicating stuff. Okay, so it's time for Wednesday's scent of the day. Wednesday's scent of the day came from Gallagher Fragrances. You guys saw my first impressions of this. This one here, of course, Rosé Noir. Rosé Noir, what makes this different from the original Rosé All Day and why it wouldn't be redundant to own both? This is much darker due to the leather, due to the oud. It's an animalic sort of experience here, and I'll break it down for you really fast. So you have this apple crisp note that Rosé All Day was known for. You have that same accord going on here. So apple, cinnamon sort of a vibe. You know, maybe a little creamy, something to that nature, but definitely sweet, right? Then it transitions to an overdose of leather while maintaining that same apple, cinnamon, sweet, you know, vibe that was introduced to us at the top. You have, like I said, lots of leather here. You have some oud that's supporting, believe it or not, that leather while maintaining that apple crisp. So that apple crisp is something I experienced from beginning to end, right? In the background of all that is rose. Rose is very much tucked away and hidden in this composition. Stainless steel is listed as a note. I don't pick up much on that stainless steel. If anything, it's supporting other things. Maybe blended so well that I'm not picking up on it, or maybe it's one of those things where I get to know the fragrance more that it'll stand out to me. Also, tonka bean definitely could be, because there is a detectable sweetness, but I can't pinpoint it. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say, oh yeah, it's tonka bean. There is a sweetness here aside from that apple crisp that I attribute the tonka bean to. Is it tonka bean to my nose? I don't really know, but this stuff is absolutely incredible. I would say if you're new to oud and you're interested in this, sample it. Chances are if you sample this and you like it because of that animalic and medicinal feel of the leather oud combination, leather is a little bit animalic feeling. That oud is definitely on the more medicinal side. So I wouldn't call it challenging, but I wouldn't say this is beginner's oud either, if that makes sense to you guys. So definitely a must try. A sample first. Definitely don't blind buy this. Just because I love it doesn't mean you will love it. But the stuff is just fantastic. Really been loving Gallagher Fragrances lately. But let's move on to the next day. Thursday, I reached for something that I admittedly forgot about. House of Ciage, number 001. I love how you... so it has a stopper here, and I love how you open that. You push the button, and then it pops open. You have your spray there. Great distribution from that atomizer. So this is about warm spices. You have this cherry sort of a vibe, oftentimes compared to Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Personally, I don't get Lost Cherry in this, not even like 1%. All right. This to me leans more so, if I was going to compare it to anything, me personally, I would compare it to like Initio Side Effect, except I like the scent profile here better in my opinion. And it's not as expensive as Side Effect. Personally, I just don't really care for Side Effect. I know, probably blasphemous to a lot of you out there, but yeah, it's okay. It's good. But again, I have this, and this does that and then some for me. So really nice fragrance here. Like I said, warm, spicy, cherry sort of a vibe. It has this, you know, spicy smoked wood element that they credit oud. Is it synthetic? I don't know for sure. I would like to think that it is a synthetic variant of oud that they are using in here, but nevertheless, still gives off that oud vibe. So again, it's not going to be challenging, stanky, dank, animalic, none of that with this particular oud here. Very easy to wear. The fragrance is a very easy one to wear overall. House of Ciage, always running fantastic deals on their website. Highly recommended. If you like that note breakdown and description that I just gave you, I highly suggest and recommend you to try this one. It's great for the office. It's excellent for a date night. Anytime you want to impress somebody, you want to turn heads, this is a perfect one to wear. Love it. House of Ciage, number 001. Moving into Friday. Friday, I was having the craving. I really wanted patchouli. I wore a fragrance from this house just 2 days prior, and I didn't want to pull another one out again. I went and sprayed it on a test strip, and I was like, oh, gotta have it. Behold Patchouli, man, by Gallagher Fragrances. I love this. I can't say enough great things about this fragrance. Love that orange citrus opening mixed with that, you know, note of chocolate that's reminiscent to Wicked Good by Gallagher. That same chocolate note, I believe, is also used here. So you have this chocolate orange vibe. It kind of has the smell of those orange chocolate, that orange chocolate, you know, candy where you smash it on the table and it breaks apart. It looks like an orange, except it's chocolate. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. That's kind of the vibe that this gives off in combination with this dirty, earthy patchouli. Oh man, this stuff is it's just freaking incredible. One of the best patchouli fragrances I have ever smelled in my entire life. I love this stuff. It is just so good. It's so unique. And in my opinion, this is a must-have for the cold months, the winter months. It's just so good. The scent trail on this is freaking fantastic. It lasts forever, but it never gets cloying. It is on the dense side, but it never gets cloying. And it's just beautiful, guys. It's really exceptional stuff. Have you tried this yet? Have you tried this? If not, you really need to get your noses on this. Behold Patchouli, another great one from the House of Gallagher Fragrances. So moving on to Saturday. Saturday was an extremely busy day for my family and I. We had my son's basketball game early on in the morning, then later on in the day. It was my daughter's Christmas concert, her dance recital. And I wanted to wear something that was sort of pleasing to others because I was going to be in close proximity at both places or venues, whatever you want to call it. So I didn't want something that was going to be intrusive or invasive, but I also wanted to smell really good. And admittedly, I wanted others to smell me as well. So I went with this. Acqua di Parma Colonia Essenza. One of my favorite fragrances ever created. My God, I love this stuff. So you have the original Acqua di Parma Colonia DNA here. You have that barbershop feel in the heart with that lavender, that powdery lavender, giving it that barbershop quality. And then you have that this earthy, like patchouli, like dry down. Stuff is incredibly long lasting. Again, it lasts on my skin in that 8 to 10 hour space. Now, it doesn't shout or ever scream off of my skin, but I would say it's more than moderate projection here. Great longevity. And again, that scent trail that you leave behind, you are going to have people stopping you and asking you what you're wearing. This is great. I just can't say enough good things about it. And you guys know I have a lot of history with this fragrance. Again, not really going to state it, but fantastic stuff, guys. I really, really love Acqua di Parma Colonia Essenza. One of my favorites ever, if you're asking me. Now, that's my opinion. So, you didn't hear yet. Why did I just scream for no reason? I don't understand why I did. So! But anyway, I was telling you guys there was a fragrance that I said about a month or two ago that I didn't like. I sprayed this 2 days back to back, and I'll admit it, I've been quite enjoying this one, and I figured out how to wear it. Mancera's Red Tobacco. Quite fond of this one, actually. So you have cinnamon in here. You have this ashy, dirty sort of a tobacco thing going on. You have oud, lots of it. I'm actually wearing 6 sprays right now, and I am smelling it. I've been smelling it throughout this entire recording of the video. Stuff is really good. I regret everything that I said. This is not overrated at last. It's worth it. I can see myself going through this bottle probably by the end of next winter. Not going to happen this winter. I'm not going to BS you guys, but I could definitely see myself crushing this bottle. This is a 2 ounce, 60 milliliter bottle. I'm definitely going to be crushing that stuff. A great one there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you stayed for the whole video or just a part of it, I appreciate you all just the same. I just appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to spend it with me. It does mean a lot. So if you haven't already, do consider subscribing to the channel. Please like this video before you exit here. Leave me a comment. I would love to know what you guys have been wearing this week, or what you're getting, or just what you're excited to wear, anything. Yeah, please hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Switch the notification bell to all, so this way you'll be notified every single time that I upload new content. Until next time, guys, be safe out there. Love each other. Take care of one another. Respect everyone. Life is far too short. We really need to value the time that we just spend with each other inside of the community and out, with our families, with our friends. Life is very precious, guys. And just want to always end, the videos on a positive note, guys. So take care. I love all of you guys. Thank you once again. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.